Welcome back to Literature Guide. Today's video is about Anthony Trollope's another sequence of novels known as the Palliser Novels, which contain 6 novels. They were published between 1864 and 1880. The 6 novels are Can You Forgive Her, Phineas Finn, The Eustace Diamond, Phineas Redux, The Prime Minister, and the last novel of that series is The Duke's Children. These novels comment on the political and social affair of the mid-Victorian era. As you know that the last video was published on the topic the Barsetshire novels by Anthony Trollope. Those novels were related to the provincial life of the mid-Victorian era. In the same fashion, these novels, the Palliser novels, they deal with the political affairs. At the same time, they also comment on the social affairs. This sequence of the Palliser novels of Anthony Trollope contains many major women characters which add interest to the novels. I have already produced many videos on the English novels. This is the 17th video on the English novel. I am really surprised to find on the YouTube analytics that 90% of watch time of this channel is coming from the non-subscribers, whereas only 10% of the watch time is coming from the subscribers. If you really like the videos produced by this channel, there is no danger of subscribing this channel. You need not spend any money. If you are getting useful information on this channel, you can subscribe and you can comment in the comment box. I don't want to waste your time. Let's dive into the video and enjoy the video.
Anthony Trollope's Palliser Novels. Anthony Trollope occupies a significant place in the arena of English literature. Anthony Trollope has been deemed as the most informed and observant political novelist in English. He produced a sequence of Palliser novels which was published between 1864 and 1880. They present a realistic picture of the parliamentary and political affairs and social life of the mid-Victorian period. The Palliser novels are a sequence of 6 novels. Anthony Trollope has recorded the ecclesiastical affairs in his famous sequence of 6 novels known as the Barsetshire novels or the Chronicles of Barsetshire. The Palliser novels depict the struggles, role of money, and rise and fall in the life of people. Anthony Trollope has artistically depicted the capitalist ethics of the Victorian England. His novels are more a study of social behavior than social manners. Though Anthony Trollope's novels lack the imaginative force and intellectual appeal, they contain realism by maintaining objectivity. The Palliser novels contain many interesting characters such as Alice Vavasor, Lady Glencora Palliser, Phineas Finn, Madame Max Goesler, and Lizzie Eustace. It is important to note that the novels have many major women characters that play an important role in the novels. They appear throughout the series at regular intervals. The Palliser novels of Anthony Trollope also deals with the impact of social influences on public life. The Palliser novels deal with various issues of inheritance, property, deception, intrigues, and scheming which add beauty and novelty to the series. Anthony Trollope's first novel of the Palliser series, Can You Forgive Her, appeared between 1864 and 1865. The novel presents clash between ambitions and interest. It deals with the marital life of Alice Vavasor and John Grey. Alice Vavasor is betrothed to John Grey, but she loves her cousin George Vavasor. She rejects the proposal of marriage of John Grey. Alice helps her cousin attain his political goal and liberates him from his financial and personal problems. But Alice's plans of marrying George Vavasor fail as he sets off for America. John Grey proposes Alice Vavasor for the second time. This time Alice accepts his proposal of marriage. Thus the novel, Can You Forgive Her, presents a clash between personal interest, ambitions, likes and dislikes, and the need to perform duty. Can You Forgive Her? Deals with another story which runs alongside the main story. It presents a story of love, deceit and intrigue in marital life of Lady Glencora Palliser, who is married to a gentle and good-natured aristocratic man Plantagenet. But she is tempted to elope with her lover Burgo Fitzgerald, a worthless man. It is her husband who helps and saves Lady Glencora Palliser. He sets off for a foreign tour, leaving behind his own political plans for his wife. The novel closes with an uneasy reconciliation between Lady Glencora Palliser and her husband Plantagenet. Can You Forgive Her? Of Anthony Trollope presents disturbance and tension in marital life. It also describes the irrational behavior of Alice Vavasor and Lady Glencora Palliser. But the virtues of John Grey and Plantagenet are not fairly rewarded. Phineas Finn, the Irish minister, second of the Palliser sequence of novels, was published in 1869. The novel presents the story of rise and fall in the political career of an Irish member of Parliament. Phineas Finn, the Irish minister, has been treated as an outsider who becomes victim of female flirtation, jealousy, and suspicion. He is elected to Parliament for the family seat of Loughshane. He falls in love with an ambitious Lady Laura Standish. Phineas Finn goes through disillusionment and disappointment when Lady Laura Standish marries a wealthy man, Mr. Kennedy. After his bitter experiences of love, Phineas turns to Violet Effingham, a childhood friend of Lord Chiltern. Lord Chiltern is brother to Laura Standish. There is bitter altercation between Phineas Finn and Lord Chiltern. In the end, Violet Effingham decides to marry Lord Chiltern. Thus Phineas Finn fails to win love both of Laura Standish and Violet Effingham. Later on, Phineas Finn courts the rich widow, Madame Max Goesler. Meanwhile, Phineas Finn loses his government salary for advocating his views on the issue of Irish tenant right. Madame Max Goesler offers help and proposes to marry Phineas Finn. But Phineas Finn returns to Ireland. He prefers to marry a pretty Irish girl, Mary Flood Jones. Thus the novel, Phineas Finn, the Irish minister, presents love and disappointment in love. Anthony Trollope's The Eustace Diamonds, the third of the Palliser novels, was influenced by Wilkie Collins. It appeared in 1873. The novel deals with the theme of avarice, love and intrigue. Lizzie Eustace is the protagonist of the novel, who marries Sir Florian Eustace for wealth. She is an irrational and dishonest woman who wishes to pocket the property of Sir Florian. After the death of Sir Florian Eustace, Lizzie Eustace becomes a legal heir of the family estates. She also wants to own the precious family diamonds. But her family lawyers advise her that the diamonds should be returned to the family estate. Lizzie wants to execute her plan with the help of her cousin Frank Greystock, who is betrothed to Lucy Morris. Lizzie's plan fails when he leaves her, as he is engaged to the governess Lucy Morris. When Frank Greystock leaves Lizzie, she seeks support of Lord Fawn. Lord Fawn advises Lizzie that the diamonds must be returned to the Eustace estate. Lizzie goes back to the family estate at Portray and arranges a family gathering. She also invites Lord George de Bruce Carruthers, who is her third suitor. A fashionable preacher, Mr. Emilius, becomes her fourth suitor. When Lizzie is on her tour, her bedroom is robbed at Carlisle. But the robbers have taken away the casket only, Lizzie has already pocketed the jewels. When Lizzie's bedroom is robbed for the second time, the police are suspicious. This time Lizzie cannot hide her involvement. In the end, all her suitors leave Lizzie when they come to know about the incident. Lizzie is left alone with her male alter ego Mr. Emilius. The novel The Eustace Diamonds makes the readers recall Wilkie Collins's novel The Moonstone. Thus the novel The Eustace Diamonds presents the theme of love and intrigue. The novel The Eustace Diamond was followed by Phineas Redux, the fourth of the Palliser novels. It appeared in 1874. The novel deals with the misfortunes of Phineas Finn. He loses his wife Mary Flood Jones. After her death, Phineas takes delight in politics. Mr. Kennedy gets angry with Phineas when he visits his wife Lady Laura. He tries to kill Phineas. There is an altercation between Phineas and the president of the Board of Trade, Mr. Bonteen. After a few days, Bonteen is found dead. It is suspected that Phineas is involved in a case. The case is filed, and Phineas is tried in the court. Madam Max Goesler gives a helping hand to Phineas. It is discovered by Madame Max that Mr. Emilius murdered Mr. Bonteen. As a result, Phineas gets off the case and Mr. Emilius gets imprisonment for bigamy. Phineas Finn is worn out due to his bitter experiences and hardships. He marries Madame Max, who supported during his trial. Madame Max inherits precious jewels after the death of Duke of Omnium, but she refuses to accept them. Plantagenet and Lady Glencora become Duke and Duchess. It should be noted that the precious diamonds are inherited by Plantagenet's cousin Adelaide Palliser. Thus the novel Phineas Redux deals with the struggles of Phineas and the rise and fall in his political career. Anthony Trollope's fifth novel of the Palliser series, The Prime Minister, was published in 1876. It concerns with misfortunes of Ferdinand Lopez, who tries to acquire social status by marrying Emily Wharton. But his plan fails when the marriage is not approved. Ferdinand does not get support by the Duchess of Omnium, who promised him to help in the Silverbridge by-election. Ferdinand loses money in the election. He claims for the expenses to the Duke. Owing to the loss and failure in his political career, Ferdinand Lopez commits suicide. The Duke's Children, the last of the Palliser series, presents parent-child relationship, and it comments on American culture. The novel was published in 1880. Glencora, the Duchess of Omnium, gives support to Frank Tregear in his suit to her daughter Lady Mary Palliser. But the Duke is not in favour of this match. After the death of the Duchess, Frank Tregear loses his support. The Duke is worried about his son's wild behaviour. His son Lord Silverbridge takes delight in horse racing and betting. He also takes part in London club life. Lord Silverbridge loses £70,000 on betting in the Derby. As a result, the Duke has to pay the debts. The Duke thinks that a marriage would bring some reform in his son's reckless behaviour. So he approves the marriage of Silverbridge to Lady Mabel. But Silverbridge is in love with a charming American girl, Isabel Boncason. The Duke finds fault in this match, but later on approves the marriage of his son to Isabel. The novel comments on the role of loyalty and inheritance in love. Tregear gets seat in the Parliament. The Duke sanctions his marriage to Lady Mary Palliser. Thus Anthony Trollope's novel The Duke's Children presents a vivid picture of the political upheavals of the time. Anthony Trollope deemed novel as the entertainment of an ideal hour. There is fine blending of humour and irony in the Palliser novels. He maintained complete objectivity while delineating the characters. Though the novels of the Palliser series deal with political and...
How is the video? I hope you liked the video. I have produced this video for the students who are pursuing the NET and SET exams conducted by UGC and the other competitive exams conducted by the authorities at different areas in different regions. The students will get useful information from these videos. Many times the questions are asked in the examinations on Anthony Trollope's two major works, the Barsetshire series or the Chronicles of Barsetshire and the Palliser Novels. That's why I have produced these videos for the students. The university students, they can also get some help from these videos. I will meet you soon with a new and fresh topic on English literature. Meet you.
Please subscribe Literature Guide.